All right, so in this video, I'm going to introduce Bile Esculin azide agar. Bile Esculin is a selective and differential agar. It is selective for certain gram-positive organisms. Not all gram-positives can grow on Bile Esculin, only certain ones. And it inhibits the growth of all gram-negatives. None of the gram-negatives that we work with can grow on Bile Esculin. Here you can see an uninoculated Bile Esculin plate. They are darker than a nutrient agar, but kind of tan and translucent. The selective materials in a Bile Esculin azide agar are bile salts and sodium azide. Sodium azide is inhibitory to all gram-negatives. So sodium azide is what causes our gram-negative organisms not to grow on this plate, whereas bile salts are actually inhibitory to a lot of gram-positives. We will see bile salts in a lot of our different plates that we use for our gram-negative bacteria. Bile esculin is differential based on the hydrolyzation of esculin. Esculin is a molecule that only a few organisms can break down when they're in the presence of bile. Those that can break down the esculin will break it down into a byproduct called esculatin, which can then react with ferric citrate that is also in the agar to cause a pigment change. Here you can see Staph aureus growing on the Bile Esculin agar. You can see that it's growing, but it is the color of the plate. So it's not inhibited. It is actually growing on the plate, but there is no breakdown of esculin, so you're not getting any kind of a color change. Here you can see Enterococcus faecalis growing on a Bile Esculin agar. Enterococcus is able to break down esculin into esculatin, and so because of that, it is able to cause this really dark precipitate on the media. Here you can see the bacterial growth, and then that all black is considered a positive Bile Esculin test.